The car market has completely changed from a time where there was no inventory just a few years ago to now every single car lot is so full they don't know what to do. They're renting out parking lots to put overflow cars. They have no more room at their dealership to put these new cars. They're having to decline allocations from the manufacturers so they can't accept any more new cars because they can't sell the ones they have. And think about it, it's because these vehicles are so overpriced, and you know what happened over the last few years. Since 2020, it's been a complete disaster in the car business. Every manufacturer and dealership found a way to make more money selling less volume, and they can't get out of it. A lot of these dealerships charging market adjustments, add-ons, all sorts of stuff. Combined with the actual automotive manufacturer, Ford, General Motors, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, all of them rose the MSRP to the moon every single year. But it's over. If you look at dealerships around your area, they were probably doing market adjustments a few years ago, or at least selling at MSRP. Now that same dealership, their new vehicles are going to be below MSRP with no market adjustments, but they still might try to do addendum stickers or add-ons, nitrogen-filled tires. We've seen it all. $3,000 window tint. I mean, we've seen crazy charges on these vehicles. So the dealership is the unnecessary middleman. And I don't think people realize how bad dealerships really screw you over, from increasing the interest rate without you even knowing to selling unnecessary add-ons that just increase the cost of the vehicle while providing no additional value to the vehicle. That's the bad part. What I mean by that, the nitrogen-filled tires, the $5,000 window tint, the protection package, protection paint, all this stuff that they add, and then you really get down to it and they did nothing and they just charged you for all this stuff. But if you don't know, there's something called franchise laws. That is a law by the government saying that we cannot buy directly from the manufacturer. We have to go through a third party, the middleman dealership, in order to buy a Ford, a General Motors, a Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You cannot buy that directly from the manufacturer. There's something called franchise laws. So dealerships are so needed in society, the government has to put laws into place to keep them in business. And there might have been a time and place where that was needed, but now in 2025, they are not needed. I can see a world where there's both direct-to-manufacturer sales and dealership sales. They're both competing with each other if they want. Some people would rather just go to the manufacturer, buy it directly, pick it up like a Tesla dealership, and not have to go through the whole negotiating and stuff. But it will never happen. Ford, General Motors, they will never sell directly to the public because of franchise laws. It's sad. And then dealerships make money on your financing. Let's say you get approved through a dealership, they're going to show you 7%, but you actually got approved for 5% through the bank. They don't even have to disclose the actual rate that you got approved. They just show you 7 and you sign the paper. It's a huge profit driver for the dealership. It's called the F&I box, finance and insurance. It's where they make so much money off of you. Every warranty they sell, every gap insurance, all this stuff they're selling to you is overpriced. It's not worth it. You can get it somewhere else for much less money almost every time. So it just doesn't make sense why these dealerships are there and why so many people keep buying these overpriced products in the F&I box. Because it's funny, if you've ever purchased a vehicle at a dealership and went through the finance box and bought no products, they don't treat you so nice. People keep saying, oh, dealerships are so nice to me. I bought a car, they were so nice. Well, of course, you just bought the gap, the warranty, the this, the that, the protection this, the protection that. You just made the dealership $15,000. But people are waking up. That's why these dealer lots are completely full now. Manufacturers are getting a taste of their own medicine too, because they're having to increase their rebates. So you have the dealer discount and the rebates, and rebates are back big time. $10,000 off, $15,000 off from some manufacturers. But most people are saying it's just not enough. Even combined with the dealer discount, it's not enough. Getting these vehicles at invoice nowadays, they're so overpriced to begin with. It's too much money. So I think these car lots are going to completely keep piling up with more and more cars every single month. We're going to see the inventory keep rising, but I don't know what these dealers are going to do. Some of them are so stubborn, they will never lower the price. I mean, there's still 2023 sitting on the lot today. Over 850 days sitting on the dealership lot, and the vehicle has like a $4,000 discount. So these dealerships are extremely stubborn, and they will hold off as long as they can. It's all about finance, finance, finance. The banks are running the show, and they're starting to tighten up big time. Banks can't keep approving certain loans because people aren't making their payments. We have the highest repos since 2009. So think about that. More people since '09 are getting their cars repoed. That is not a good situation. So their loan loss provisions are rising, which means they're not approving as many loans, which means dealerships are going to sell less cars. They're finally getting a taste of their own medicine, and people are watching videos like this. They're learning to negotiate, learning not to deal with dealerships in a certain way. You just need to know dealerships are not on your side. They're there to make as much money as they can, so you have to go in there with all the knowledge you can before you buy that vehicle. But let me know what you think about this. Dealerships finally starting to pile up inventory. This is exactly what they need. They're getting what they deserve. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.